Good morning, class. So today I have a bit of a different video for you. I'm going to go through the solving money puzzle problem. I think I asked you to do this for problem set number 15. So I'm hoping that most of you have done it, although it seems like maybe a third of the class has done it. So for that problem set, I still want you to hand it in, and I still want you to write it out yourself, but you can use this video to help you go through it. I recommend that you take the time and actually do the calculations yourself, so you actually get the benefit of it. There's no point just writing it out for no reason except for like a mark. So do yourself a favor and actually write it out and try the problem. Um, there was a bit of confusion, which is totally fair, about how to set up the problem because there are some technicalities to it. So I thought I'd go through and explain that. And then in the second half of the video, I'm going to talk about what June 1st is going to look like and a little bit about the course overall from some of the new information that's come out on Friday, about how things are going to look when people return somewhat back to school. So we'll talk about that after I go through this. So let's look at this car problem here. So this is like a problem that you would face in real life. And when it's a big purchase, like a $30,000 car, it's important to get the best price, and it's important to look at how much you're going to have to end up paying. So Stefan is going to buy a new hybrid car. The base price of the car is $27,800, but he's also going to add on some packages. We're going to add on solar panels for $3,835, leather seats for almost $1,900, and a remote car starter, which I think is quite a bit for remote car starter. But I guess if you live in like Alberta and it's always cold, you don't have to go out and start your car. And then there's going to be 5% sales tax. So GST is government sales tax. 5% is standard for government sales tax, and there's also the provincial sales tax. So I'm not too sure. This workbook is a little old. I'm not too sure how it works with cars, but I think 5% is accurate. So when you pay for something, the base price you pay to the dealership, and then that 5% sales tax goes to the government. So it's not like the dealership gets that money. That money goes to the government. You pay the dealership, but the dealership then pays the government. So we got three options here. Dali, I don't know how to say that. Let's say Dow. The first dealership is going to pay the 5% GST for you, so you don't have to worry about paying that. The second one, they're going to give you a 1% off, so like a 1% sale, and then they're going to give you a rebate of $2,000. So when you get a rebate, what happens is you pay for the car, then you have the tax on top of that, and then then you get $2,000. It's normally a mail-in rebate, so you get $2,000 back in the mail. So you still have to pay the full price, but you get that $2,000 back. And then Drake's dealership is they give you a 1.5% price reduction, and then you get $1,500 in fuel vouchers. So fuel vouchers is like, so you don't have to pay for gas for maybe like a year. So they'll work with like a gas company, maybe like Shell, Chevron. They'll say, if you buy the car, we'll give you this much money for gas at Chevron, and then you always go and you give your business to this gas company. So three options, and we go through. We're going to figure out which one's going to cost you the most, and then which one's going to be best for the dealership. So the first thing I want to do before we start looking at how much it's going to cost the different dealerships, it's important to look at the total cost of the car with the additions we have on. So what we want to do is we want to add up all the prices we have for the car, the leather seats, the solar panels, as well as the remote car starter. So with all this together, the price of the car is going to be $34,157. So quite a bit more. Things add up. And we can use this base cost of the car to figure out how much you're going to cost at each dealership. So for the first dealership, when they're going to pay the tax for you, you're just going to pay the total cost of the car. So you save that 5% in tax, you don't actually have to calculate that extra 5% you're paying because the dealership will pay it for you. So you're going to just pay the total cost of the car, which is going to be $34,157. So that's how much you have to pay, as they're going to pay the tax for you. So let's look at Dan's dealership now. So when we get a 1% sale, or we get a sale, we first calculate the sale price. So here I did Dan's and Drake's, the two methods that I've shown you how to do. It's your preference which one you want to do. Again, they're the same, it's just separate order of operations. So if we get 1% off, we're going to pay 99%. So normally we pay 100%, but we're saving that 1%. So we're paying 99%, which is going to 99% as a decimal is going to be 0.9. So we're going to multiply the price of the car with all the additions by 0.99. And that's going to give us $33,000 or $33,815. And now that we've done the savings, then we add the tax. So the tax is we're going to pay that 5% on the price that we're paying to the dealership, which is after the sales. So now 5%, we're adding that on. So we pay the 100% of the $33,815 plus the 5% on tax. So we can just say this is going to be 105% of that price. So we're going to multiply it by 1.5. So when you have over 100%, you want to divide by 100 to get to your decimal form from percent to decimal, and that's going to give us 1.05. So doing the calculation, we're going to have to pay the dealership initially $35,506, and then once we pay that, we get $2,000 off or $2,000 back. So we're going to minus the $2,000 from that price, get the total amount we pay, and we're going to have to pay Dan's dealership $33,000 or $33,506. So we do the sale price, then we get the tax, and then we get a rebate or a fuel voucher. So generally, you don't really get rebates on smaller purchases, although I saw this one thing around my house that was, I think, like 20 years old. And it's like, oh, buy two, get a mail back rebate of $2. So like mail you back $2, which I thought was just, nowadays, nobody's trying to mail something for $2. So that was kind of funny. Okay, so with Drake, again, we're going to do the same method. So first, we're going to get our 15% off, but this time, we're just going to minus the savings from what we have. So we're going to pay 100%, but then we're going to save 1.5%, which is going to turn out to be 0.015. So again, we're going to divide by 100. So it's not going to be 0.15, it's going to be 0.015. We're going to times that by the total price we would have paid. So this method, we do the minus and the multiplication at the same time. In the method for Dan's dealership we just did the minus first and then multiplication. So here, I could definitely add brackets in here. So some calculators, if you're following like proper math procedure or bed math, you do the multiplication first. Most calculators will do this. Some, I think, don't. So it's nice to have brackets. And I always forget my calculator doesn't need brackets. Okay, so after we save 1.5%, we're going to have to pay $33,644. And then we add the tax. So we did a minus in the first one because we're saving, but then because it's going to cost us more, the tax is on top, we add. So now we've got a price of $33,644, and we're going to add our 5% multiplied by our total price, and that's going to give us $35,327. And then we get back our $1,500 off, or $1,500 in savings on fuel. And that's going to give us a total price of $33,827. So we can see that Dan's dealership actually has the lowest base price, or the lowest price we're going to pay. So Dan's dealership will give us the best deal. And then question B asks, what's the best deal for the dealership? So this one's tricky because based on the information we see, you can go, okay, well, the one that's most expensive is the first one. And that will likely cost, or will pay the dealership most, so the dealership will get the most money. And it's about $300 more than Drake's dealership. So that one looks like it'd be the best deal for the dealership. Although, if you're getting $1,500 in savings on fuel, Drake's dealership could have a deal with a gas company. So let's say Chevron that says, give us $1,500 in free gas for, let's say, $700, and we'll give all these new car owners your business by saying, okay, you got $1,500 in free gas to this gas station. So it could be that they don't have to pay the full price for that $1,500 in gas. Should have a deal worked out with this gas station. So Drake's could be getting the best deal, but it's hard to say without more information. So I just thought I'd give you kind of some insight on that. So that is question, or that is chapter 6.5 question. And it's a pretty applicable problem because this is something that you could face if you're buying something big, or even if you're buying a TV. You can look at different deals and figure out how much you're actually going to have to pay.